What makes someone want to be like a character who basically feels nothing, who treats people like chess pieces, who is trained to be a machine since he was a kid? The answer ain't simple, and maybe that's exactly why he fascinates people so much. We're gonna figure out how this character's mind works and uncover why everyone wants to be like Ayanokoji.
俺はお前を仲間だと思ったことはない。お前も櫛田も平田も全ての人間は道具でしかない。家庭は関係ない。どんな犠牲を払おうと構わない。この世は勝つことが全てだ。最後に俺が勝ってさえいれば
To get Ayanokoji, you gotta go back to the beginning. And his beginning ain't normal at all. He was raised in the White Room, a project that literally tried to manufacture the perfect human being. No normal childhood, no friends, no choices. Just intense physical training, forced studying, psychological tests, and constant pressure. Day after day, year after year. Most kids couldn't handle it. They broke, gave up, left with trauma they could never process. He was the only one who came out intact, or at least that's how it looks on the outside. The result was a kid who learned early on that emotion is a vulnerability, that human connection is an exploitable weakness, that the only thing you can rely on in the world is yourself, and only if you're ruthless. He didn't choose to be this way. He was molded into it. And when you grow up in an environment where feeling anything can mean failing, you learn to shut it off. Not because you want to, but because it's the only way to survive. Then you leave that place and step into the real world. But the problem is you don't know how to function like a normal person anymore. You only know how to function like a tool.
Kiyotaka. よく覚えておけ。力を持っていながらそれを使わないのは
This is where it gets interesting. Because Ayanokoji isn't emotionless, that's a myth everybody buys into, but it ain't true. He feels, just in a totally different way from most people. His brain works like this. When something happens, the emotional part fires up just like everybody else. Anger, fear, frustration, all that stuff pops up. But the difference is he can taste between feeling it and reacting. There's a gap there where he analyzes, calculates, picks the response. We call that cognitive control. It's when the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain in charge of planning and self-control, can slam the brakes on the amygdala, the part that screams, "React now, do something." Most people live on autopilot. Feel anger, explode. Feel fear, run. Feel anxiety, freeze. It's a cycle that happens in milliseconds. No thought involved. He feels the same stuff, but between the feeling and the action, there's a high-speed filtering system running. Does this serve my goal? No? Then ignore it. Yeah? Then use it strategically. Cold? Yeah, but efficient. And that's exactly what makes him seem superhuman. He isn't. He just trained that skill until it became automatic. And here's his slickest move. He doesn't want anybody knowing who he really is. To everybody at school, he's the average guy. Mediocre grades, no spotlight, quiet, kinda boring. The type you forget 2 minutes after talking to him. But behind the scenes, he's controlling half the situations at school without anybody noticing. He plants ideas in people's heads, manipulates conversations, engineers specific outcomes, and always in a way that someone else gets the credit or the blame. He hides his own abilities because he knows the less attention he gets, the more power he has. Nobody suspects the guy who seems irrelevant. Nobody guards against someone who doesn't look like a threat. And there's this creepy thing he does. He studies people, not surface level. He gets the patterns. He knows exactly what everybody wants, what everybody fears, what everybody would do under pressure, and he uses it. He doesn't see friends. He sees patterns, moves, utilities, and the worst part is, he does it effortlessly. Observing and decoding people is as natural to him as breathing. You could spend months talking to him and think you know the guy, but really, he knows you better than you know yourself.
先生が嘘をついていたことはもう理解してます。あんたは A クラスに上がることに異様にこだわっている。これまでは生徒に恵まれなかったが、今年は違った。担任として理事長から俺の事情を聞いたあんたは下克上に利用しようとした。父親に接触したという嘘をついてまで。あんたは俺を無理やり退学になんかできない。 だったら頼みを聞く必要もない。
But here's the side most people ignore. He ain't happy. He never learned how to be. He was trained to function, not to live. There are moments in the anime where he watches others laughing, connecting, having those dumb human moments. And you realize he doesn't know how to do that. Not because he doesn't want to, like with Horikita, but because he never learned. Nobody taught him. Ayanokoji was raised in an environment where showing any kind of weakness was wrong. He's good at everything except being a normal person. And there's a heavy loneliness in that, because he's always several steps ahead of everybody, but also completely isolated. Nobody really knows him, and maybe he doesn't even want to be known, because the only version of him that exists is the one built to survive. Then come the moments where you feel the real weight of it all, because he doesn't make decisions like we do. He calculates scenarios, probabilities, outcomes. And when he has to choose between the plan working or somebody getting hurt in the process, he always picks the plan. Not out of cruelty, but because to him, people are variables, and variables can be sacrificed if the end result justifies it. You watch this happen and realize he doesn't feel the emotional weight of it. He knows he's supposed to, but he just doesn't, because that part was stripped from him a long time ago. In the White Room, as a kid, it's like watching someone make impossible decisions with the same calm as picking what to eat for breakfast. And the scariest part? To him, it really is just logic. No internal drama, no moral conflict. Doesn't matter if it's a classmate who doesn't like him, a friend, a girl who's head over heels for him. He doesn't care because in his mind, they're all pawns in a game where the only thing that matters is him winning. He accepted the cost of being this way years ago, and he ain't turning back. So why do people want to be like him? Because he represents something everybody craves at some point: total control. We live in a chaotic world. Emotions get in the way. People let you down. Plans fall apart. You feel vulnerable all the time. But Ayanokoji seems above it all. He's the fantasy of never getting caught off guard, of never being manipulated, of always being 3 steps ahead, of never depending on anybody emotionally, of being completely self-sufficient. It's true he can control his feelings and emotions like crazy, but at what cost? He paid with his own humanity. Ayanokoji pulls it off through a mix of stoicism, focus on what you can control, accept the rest, don't waste energy, and Machiavellianism, use people strategically, no guilt. Stoicism is healthy. It helps you deal with life's chaos without falling apart. But Machiavellianism, that destroys relationships, trust, and in the long run, yourself, because you become someone nobody can truly love since nobody truly knows you. He's fascinating because he's an extreme, but extremes always come with a price, and his price was sky high. So back to the question, why does everybody want to be like him? The best answer is maybe we don't want to be exactly like him. We just want the good parts, the calm under pressure, the mental clarity, the ability to keep emotions from running our decisions. That's why I think Ayanokoji Kiyotaka is an awesome character. On one hand, the anime sells us the idea that you can have total control, that you can never be vulnerable, that you can play the game of life and always win. From another angle, we see a kid who had his entire childhood stolen by his dad in an attempt to create the perfect human. He just forgot that what makes a human perfect is exactly our imperfection, our ability to express and understand emotions and feelings. His dad's mistake was ripping out the human part of the boy. To wrap it up, the story handles these human behavior questions really well. Ayanokoji's character is super well crafted. The coolest part of all this is that while we want to be more like him to handle problems better, he, on the other hand, just wants to be a normal person, just like us.